So this is my unboxing and review of Akko Design Gear MOD001 Psittacus. It is one of the most obscure yet a very good keyboard that's not reviewed much until very recently. You had reviews from Vietnam and all sort of Southeast Asian countries, mostly Vietnam. So this I have bought a couple of months back, so I've just wanted to show how it comes in the box, and then I'll sort of review it. So this is from Akko, a Chinese keyboard manufacturer. I don't know the origin of this company, but they manufacture everything in China. So this is a fairly heavy keyboard. It's all aluminium, and so this keyboard I bought it online. There was some discount going on and all that. I will get to that. So it was supposed to be cherry brown, but I got some other switch. So I'll sort of show that. I got the red switch from Kyle. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kaihua red switch, which is basically the OEM manufacturer for cherry. So it comes in a box like this. It's pretty heavy actually, so you can see some struggle. I have to struggle lifting it off in one hand. So this comes in a very nice packaging, at least. So it is well protected. Let me rotate it. Okay, so this is how it looks like once I remove the cover, and then you remove the top one, which is fairly substantial cardboard. There's a thick foam, and you have some accessories like a extra keycaps if you want to replace the red with the brown ones. I'll go through each. There's a special Akko USB-C cable. It's nothing special as such. Any USB-C cable will do, but I believe these are a bit better in that it is gold plated. It is Akko branded, and it has this bulge, which is a fuse. Essentially it's a fused USB-C cable. So there is a keyboard cover, and I would think it is not exactly made for this keyboard because you can see it doesn't fit that well, but I'll keep this as a dust cover. And the keyboard itself, so this is fairly substantial. It says that it's 2 kilograms in their website, but I weighed it. It's close to 3 kilograms actually. It's not 2, it is definitely more than 2. If my scale is correct, it is close to 3 kilograms. So this is how it looks like. This comes in a nice SA profile keycap. So the keycaps are double set PVT. Let me zoom in. You can see the keycaps are double set PVT and it's quite thick. Let me measure. Let me get my slide caliper. Let me measure this one. Let it focus first. So you can see it is roughly 1.7 millimeter thick. So no complaints about it. It's not ABS. Most of the SA keycaps are ABS, but it is thick PVT, which is about 1.6 millimeter thick. The switch is basically a red switch, which is made by Kaihua or Kali. How do you pronounce that? So this is okay. I don't mind this. It is soft linear. It's about 45 gram force. Like so, the keys are very nice. It is SA profile keys. So you can see the, or rather ASA profile. I think it is ASA because Akko doesn't mention what profile it is. This keyboard comes in. I believe it is ASA profile. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so let me just show you the keys that it came with. The red keys can be replaced with all the brown ones. This is enter, just in case you don't like the red enter, you can replace that with a brown or the deep brown enter. And I really like the colorway, so I like the Dolce colorway, which is gray and deep gray and red. If you don't like the red, you have all the replacement keycaps including the escape, but I really like the red, so I don't mind that. So this is a fairly substantial keyboard, very well made, and if you can see carefully, it is not symmetrical. Basically the thickness here is less than the thickness here, so it's a bit odd, but it looks okay. It looks good. It has a sort of bottom colored corner here. On the top you have this nice sort of pattern, and this is how it looks. The bottom, this is quite nice. The rubber fits are grippy because it's heavy, and the anodization is quite good. There are no marks or anything like that. It has a glittery texture to it, and all the corners are chamfered. There's a pattern here, and there's no pattern here. This is symmetrical, so that's a bit of how do you do it in the Akko land. And the designers basically they decided how to do it here. So the keys are quite nice. I was a bit worried about the SA profile, but after I used it with a wrist rest, this is quite nice actually. The SA profile fits very well, and I can type really fast. The number keys are a bit taller than the alpha keys, and there's a curve here like that, and the bottom row is kind of flat, so it's very nice to type in. So these three rows are curved. This is tall, like you have tall, and this is very tall. So this is quite nice. There is some thing here which I will fix. That there's some little bit of stabilizer issue here, but the typing is nice. It is damped, there's no hello thing. It's heavy, and it will make up for a very good keyboard if you mod it. If you change the switch, which I'll do in a next video, and once you mod it, it is a very nice keyboard. I believe it's a good deal for $200. I got it for about $180, which is a very good deal, because you get very good quality keycaps which are SA profile, PBT, and this colorway, which is difficult or really expensive if you buy from Domiki or SA Max Key or any of the brands here. The font and the keycap quality in general is quite nice. So it is quite nice. If you can see, it is sharp and kind of good. So if you look at the keyboard as a whole, like the Aluminium build, very heavy build, then the keycaps and the switches, is not bad at all. So for $200 it is a very good purchase. So this is the version 1 of the keyboard. They have come out with a version 2 which doesn't come with the keycaps and the switches, and it costs about $160. So you see, additional $40 you get everything, and I believe this is a better deal than the version 2, which is a removable socket and all that. Again, also the back side, how it looks like. This is definitely heavy, and it's actually, when you place it, it feels like it will not shift inch or millimeter. Let me do a sort of quick sound test. This is the ambient sound. Let me start.